Welcome home, Rep Pack. Marcus here, and welcome to Comfort Cartoons. Today, as the title says, we will be looking at the most expensive items on eBay when it comes to Spongebob. We might go into some specifics as well too, like vintage, trading cards, maybe video games. We will see, but eBay has always been huge for my collection, as you guys see here, and we'll also check out which of these items I own as well too. Is if I do, some of them might be just too expensive for me to own, and if I do own them, tell you how much I paid for them, because odds are I probably didn't pay as much as they're asking. We'll be looking at the ones that are listed, because realistically on eBay people can charge whatever they want. This Bob the Builder VHS, that was just what was in hands reach. I could put it on eBay and say it's $1 million, but that doesn't mean that's what it's selling for. So we'll also be looking at sold listings as well. So let's go ahead and get into it. eBay is a huge part of this show. I would have never have grown this collection to the point that it is right now if it wasn't for eBay. And dare I say, without lack of evidence of anything else, I would say I have the biggest SpongeBob collection possibly on Earth. I have yet to see one even comparable to what I have, not just in here, but in our vault as well. So I'm gonna be interested to see what items I don't have here, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot, because you know their stuff can get really pricey. So let's go ahead and start this out. So we're going to go ahead and type in Spongebob here. How we're going to see the highest, most expensive stuff is by going to this little filter here and go down to where it says highest plus price and shipping, which is crazy because some people are asking like $10,000 plus $5 shipping. Like this guy, the audacity. So this single item, he is asking $999,000. I don't even know how to say that. $999,999. I don't even know if that's how you say that. $1 million, okay? He's asking $1 million. And then he puts plus $10 shipping. Like, come on, bro. I'm paying $1 million. You could throw in the shipping, huh? So let's see what this actually is. We're gonna open it up and then, oh my God, look at this AI art down here. It's terrifying. Is that Teletubby? Oh my goodness. This is a SpongeBob movie 2004 limited edition snow globe. I will say it's a pre-screening winner. I will say that is very rare. I've never seen another one of these before. It looks kind of sad. So like the globe itself has lost all of its erectness. I don't know what they'll do. Sturdiness, probably a better word. And what is SpongeBob in there doing? I want to say he's like sledding or something on the inside. It's hard to make out because, yeah, it looks like he's sledding, and you have the SpongeBob movie logo there on the inside. With a lot of snow globes, the water starts to get murky and disgusting looking, and especially with those plastic ones, they were basically kept like globe shaped by the pressure of the water in the bag. So as the water starts to slowly evaporate, because even with a plastic seal like that, as water evaporates, it turns into a gas, and even plastic can't hold in gas, unfortunately, all the time or forever. So you'll see it slowly start to become a saggy water sack. And I don't know, that is very rare, but I would never ever pay even I would say a tenth. I would never even pay 1/100th of that. I don't even think I pay $100 for that, to be honest. I think it's cool, but it doesnn't even really look that display worthy, to be honest. But 2 people have it in their cart. 2 people have it in their cart. They are ready to buy. Good for them. I don't think that's happening though. I think they just put it in their cart. The next up here we have a Patrick Star color wheel, 1 of 1, signed by Posh Sports on TikTok. I don't even know what Posh Sports on TikTok is. If we can find what that is, we'll put it up on screen for you. I'm not trying to talk down on anybody on, you know, any artist or anything like that on TikTok, but it's not the best Patrick. I mean, I'm not saying, you know, terrible, but that's definitely no Paul Tibbet, Derek Draymond sketch for sure. And he's asking, oh, just a measly $500,000. He doesn't even have any washers though. Nobody has his in cart yet. I think even they knew. Even the people that were ready to pay $1 million for that snow globe even knew it was ain't a good deal. Next up at $100,000. These are what people are asking. In a second here, we'll look at the sold. And next up we have it for $100,000. This disgusting AI art. We will go ahead and open this up. Oh my God. Why is that man so wrinkly? It's like he's taken all of the oldness from every old person on Earth and just concentrated on his face. If he took a shower, I'm pretty sure the water would take like 3 days to get to the actual end of his chin with the distance of wrinkles it has to travel. AI, just, man, we've tried utilizing AI before. It doesn't really work out that good when it comes to faces. Here's a picture of me that AI rendered. That's actually just a picture of my brother. Genetics work differently. He happens to be Latino. I don't know. I think AI, like, if you're gonna charge $100,000 for a piece of art, maybe you should at least, you know, do it yourself, kind of. And what is this profile picture? Oh no, he's hot.
Oh no,
Oh, okay, now we're down to some maybe semi-realistic items. So you could get a whole arcade machine. This is a VR roller coaster simulator. I actually got a chance to use this. I don't know why I pointed at me like, you didn't know who I was talking about. Yes, me, this guy, the only person in the room here. Well, except for Paul.
Hi, I'm Paul.
Yeah, they know who you are, Paul. If we could find some footage of me like playing this ride at Las Vegas, we'll put it on screen here. It was super fun. And I could imagine owning it would be kind of cool because you have no limits on how many times you can ride it, and there's multiple different tracks too. There's not just one. 25,000 sounds insane, but you have to think about it. This is kind of an investment for a business, so you put it in your business, and your hopes is over time people put enough money in it to where you make that money back, and then after that it's pure profit, which sounds unbelievable, right? But I have this machine in my room right now called the Sega Arcade Redemption Machine, and that machine, when I picked it up, it has a counter in it for every time a quarter went into it, and the counter was up to almost 500,000 quarters that had come into the machine throughout its lifespan. So that's well over $100,000 that arcade machine had made in a pizza place over a period of about 20 years. I mean, 20 years is a long time, but you know, if it can last, that's a good investment. And you have the customer base, so you can own an arcade machine, or you could own this sad, deflated snow globe. You decide, and that's actually a percentile of the price. All right, next up we have the Pirates of Bikini Bottom. Me and Mitchell, who's currently editing this video right now, we also tried this machine at the round one. And I would say just in the time that we were sitting there, we probably poured at least $50, $60 into the machine. That was just us. That was one day, just two guys. So after a period of like a year or two, that might pay for itself. And then you got a free machine to just bring it in quarters. Those machines are highly addictive. I even collected all of the cards from this set. That would be a dream item to own. But unfortunately with arcade machines, you have to wait till they've become so old that nobody's playing them anymore, that the restaurants or arcades are just ready to throw them out. So all the arcade machines I have in my cavern here, they're all ones that are like well over 20 years old. So in 20 years, I'll own this Spongebob Pirate Pusher machine, maybe, if it's gone down in price enough. People have collected all the cards, you know? Boy can dream. Next up, we have the Kyrie Irving sneakers. Those do not go for that much, I'm sure. This game I've never gotten to play before. The high ticket coaster hyper, I don't even know what is that word below that? Suppage? What the heck is that word between coaster and bonus? What is that? If anybody knows what that word is, let me know. I'm assuming it's another language. Look at the Glove World sign. It's like in another language as well. Is this a real machine? Why does it look like everything's drawn on here? We're gonna skip over animation cells. This one is definitely not worth that much, but animation cells can obviously get super expensive. We're here mostly looking for the merchandise, because if we talked about the animation cells, that would be like 80% about what we talk about. So maybe we'll stop on some that we think are really interesting, but for the most part, we want to focus on merchandise. Next up here we have this. This might be the only non-arcade machine so far that we've seen that could be worth it. So this one is Artist X J Belvin, which I don't know who J Belvin is, but apparently he's super popular. I'm sorry for being an uncultured swine, but I don't know who J Belvin is, but he even has a Pokemon card, so he must be big. This is a collaborative like art piece they did. They actually have this same statue in like a smaller version. You guys can see here as well as a Patrick. I never bought them though, because they were really expensive, and to be honest, the skin on SpongeBob, it has like the opposite effect of, what is it called, triphobia, where people hate holes. I hate protrusions, like almost like these warts or growths that are coming outside of his body. I never liked this design, but nonetheless, you know, it is a very, very high-end piece, and this is a 4 feet tall, like showcase version of it, so maybe I could see that, because I know the couches and chairs can be like a couple thousand, so maybe that's possible. I would not spend that much money for that particular this design, or any design really. That's just too much, but it's cool to see, and maybe you guys let me know if you think it's worth it. Next up we have the Snow Globe, which again, that's a Nickelodeon magazine 10th anniversary Snow Globe. No way that's worth that much. Here's one that I think might be kind of worth it. This is an actual episode, a pilot episode. There's the Keymaster. Again, we're not going to talk about these because a lot of these probably are worth it. All of these animation cells. Oh my gosh, this freaking there. Now it's art. SpongeBob SquarePants, Nickelodeon, Bold and Brash. This has been on eBay for well over like 7 years. I have, like, since I started collecting and looking on eBay, I can kind of recall this being on here. This random glass head with a Squidward molded nose on there. I think that this design is kind of famous in the SpongeBob collecting scene. Like, all of us have seen this guy before. As well as this one guy who's like has a samurai sword and he's in his underwear, which are like these tidy whities. He always comes up too for some reason. We type in SpongeBob. Hopefully we don't see him today, but that's also a really like weird thing that comes up a lot with that search. Don't even try to look on eBay for Danny Fandom. You're gonna see a lot of things you shouldn't see. All right, there's a couple more items here as like the, like, look at this, some of this is like just meme worthy stuff. Like this factory defect gummy Krabby Patty for $10,000. The defect is just that there's 2 in 1. Like that's it. That just seems like you wasted an opportunity for a bonus Krabby Patty to list it on eBay. Now it's probably expired. You fool! All right, we got another arcade machine here. I could see that one being there. This Game Boy Advance, I don't know if $10,000. I mean, I think 1,000 or 2 would be okay maybe, but that's crazy. Let's go ahead and look at sold, because again, all of this stuff is just people listing this for whatever price they think is fair. I want to see what people have actually paid for. So let's go ahead and take a look. So to see what is sold, we're gonna go over here to the left side. There's this little tiny button that says sold, and we're gonna go ahead and press boop. There we go. All right, so the first thing is we have the SpongeBob animation cell with Squidward here. This is an item I've wanted for a long time, and the longer I wait to get it, the more expensive it gets. This is this these silver bullions 4-coin set, and I think I don't know what country it is. This says Bob Le Punch, so that's French, but I've heard somebody said that like the coins that are in that set, in some places you can actually use it as a currency, so it's almost as if like SpongeBob was on a dollar bill, but you could use it at a store. But of course, it's because it's also made out of silver, but it's only 1 ounce silver per coin, which 4 ounces of silver is not worth $7,000. It is obviously because of the collectible aspect of it. And when I first started collecting SpongeBob stuff, this was always there too, and it was $1,200. I'll never forget seeing that price of about $1,200 and thinking, who on God, Neptune's blue ocean would actually pay that much? And now there's people paying $7,000 for it. That's one of those I'll probably never get, because I'm never spending that much money on anything unless like a house or a car or like, you know, the actual original sketches that Steven Hillenburg did for SpongeBob. Like that's so much money, $7,000. Next up is, this is actually something new. This is the SpongeBob Top series. So for those of you guys that wonder why on my other channel I haven't opened up the new SpongeBob Top set, this is why. For a sealed case of the hobby box here, they're asking $6,000. There's 12 booster boxes in there. I don't even know what that is, Mitchell. What is the math on that? Is that like $600 a box? It's insane. Even if you try to get outside of this bundle, they're selling them for like $400 for a booster box. I have no clue why. Scalpers be scalping, you know? So I haven't got a box yet, because I'm not paying $400 for a box that came out at, well, even when they released it, to be honest, it was overpriced, $250 for 24 packs. And I know people that work in the industry, even actually that worked on that set, and their cost to make those boxes is like $11. So selling them for $249 is just disgusting. That's what it is. But now scalpers are like, oh, well, now we're gonna ask $400. So until the boxes get reprinted, if they do, then maybe I'll get one. Next up here we have the Celebration. This is the first item, only 4 items down before we got something that I actually own. We have the Celebration SpongeBob Funko Pop here. Okay, so this one is signed by Tom Kenny. It says signed by the cast, but maybe it's on the back or something. Yeah, it's only signed by Tom Kenny and, oh no, here we go, Roger Bumpus as well too. Looks like Bill, Mr. Krabs, Squidward, and SpongeBob. So you have 4 signatures on there, which is pretty impressive. Oh wait, that's not even the Celebration, that's just the Hot Topic glow in the dark one. I think the Hot Topic one goes for like $100. And all of those signatures, you can go to Comic-Con, I'm pretty sure all of them are like less than $50. So I would say if it had like Steven Hillenburg's signature on there, that might be a little bit more like, you know, tough to get. He didn't do as many signings when he had passed. The voice actors and creator signings at conventions wasn't as big as it is now. So there's not as much of his signature out there as there is with Tom Kenny or Bill. I would say say that's way overpriced. But I mean, I would say it's the best offer. So maybe they took an offer of like 500, or probably like at least 3,000 what they took, but that's insane. Another item that I wish I could have, but I do not have, and that would be a lot of these items at the top, and that is the SpongeBob Xbox. This is the Xbox Series X All-Star Brawl console. I tried my best to get it when it went live on Best Buy. I did everything in my power to try to get one, but unfortunately I was not able to. So they are selling for around $3,000 and up. Maybe one day, once that console becomes obsolete, maybe it'll go down for a period before it becomes collectible again. I don't know though. Next up, we have the SpongeBob Aquatic Amigos #1 first edition rookie. Because SpongeBob have a rookie card. So a rookie card is like in baseball, like a famous player's first season, you know, like Michael Jordan, his first season on the court. That's a rookie card. SpongeBob, 2003, the show would have already been around for going on 4 years, and that's his rookie card. And I do have that card in the collection. I don't have it graded in a PSA 10, just because I've never sent it to get graded, so I might have it in a 10, because all mine are mint fresh. I have like 5 or 6 of that card from when I opened the boxes. But hey, man, a lot of the sales, I think, are just of how you market them, right? If you put rookie card, first edition. I'm pretty sure Aquatic Amigos only had first edition. There was no second edition. They never made more of them. Okay, then next up, this is a card that we have in the collection here. This is the Paul Tibbet sketch card from the SpongeBob Series 1 for Topps here. You can see this is a congratulations special edition card you could only get from certain booster packs that were sold at Target. And those are a 9.5 for Beckett. This one I showed you right now is a 9. I own the 10. At the time of when I checked last, the only 10 in the world I have in my collection, but it is stored away for safekeepings. I do not keep it in my collection here. But since I got a 9 with the other one that I got, I do keep this one on display in the collection as like a placeholder for that one. Because like once you get into like $3,000, like I mean, this is a 9, so it's probably around like 2,500, something like that. So then the 10, I don't even know what the price on that would be. All I know is I'm not keeping it in here. Next up, this is a signed 25th anniversary cast poster, which is really cool. And the one that on here that stands out the most is pretty much all of them on here are signed quite a lot. So you have SpongeBob, Patrick, Mr. Krabs, Squidward, Sandy. They sign a lot. They're often at conventions and you could pick up their signature. But who you don't see very often at all conventions is Mr. Lawrence, who does the voice of Plankton and is also a writer on SpongeBob. And then Vincent Waller, he's also in the production side of SpongeBob. You do not see him nearly as much doing signings or anything like that. And then this little small MC down here, Mark Cesarelli, and yeah, like he does not do a lot of signings either. So you do have 3 signatures on there that I would say are pretty rare. So I don't think that's an unreasonable price, especially because you have the CGC signature series in the yellow certificate. So a yellow certificate when it comes to CGC means that there was somebody that was there that worked with CGC to verify 100% that that is their signature. And that's kind of the case for this too, is whenever you can have a signature that is like without a shadow of a doubt 100% real, that increases the value times 10, because I could tell you that I have a ball signed by freaking Babe Ruth, and you could even have an authenticator come look at it and say like, oh yeah, that looks exactly like a signature. From all my knowledge, that is authentic. But still, in the deepest core of your heart, you don't know 100%, maybe 99.9, but you don't know 100% that it is authentic. And for collectors, that little 0.1% means the world. So when it's an item like this, where somebody was at the convention, witnessed the signatures happen, there is no question that that is who signed it. It raised the value immensely. Ooh, okay, here's another item that we happen to own in the collection. I skipped over some cells, the console, but the life-size giant SpongeBob SquarePants Target promotional SpongeBob plush. It's a long title. $1,949. He does have the shorts with it that came with it. I do not have the shorts on mine. I just didn't really care about the shorts that much. I thought he looked better in his classic outfit anyway. And I paid $200 for mine, I think. Maybe more, I don't remember. Maybe like 200, 300, but I paid not that for sure. That is another item, like I think there was like probably less than, I would guess, maybe less than 1,000, maybe less than 500, depending on the stores that were involved in that promotion. And because it was such a big plush, I think a lot of them got damaged. A lot of kids messed them up. A lot of them probably got thrown out for space, and people didn't know they were going to be collectible down the line. So I'd say that's a little high to me, but maybe I could see somebody who just has a lot of money, who wants it, an instant gratification, paying that. A lot of tops is up right now. Now this I'd say is more realistic. So these are all of the SpongeBob X Nike Kyrie Irving sneakers. I covered these sneakers over on ADHD's Life a while back. I think that video has like over 1 million views because that was such a big and popular collab. And if you go for $2,000, I think you're basically getting, that's like around $300, $350 a shoe, which isn't terribly bad. I think when I got the shoes, they were $200 each. So an additional $150 after like 7, 8 years since they came out. I don't even know how long at this point. That's not unbelievable to expect, especially if they're all brand new and mint condition too. And they're size 12, which is a really common size. I think that's pretty fair. Next up here, we have the Celebration Funko Pop that I was just talking about. And somebody paid a best offer of $1,900. So I would say maybe they paid like $1,200, $1,300. That's kind of a little bit more than what it goes for, but not that far off. And yes, we have that one in the collection, and I paid like $150 or something like that back when it came out. Here's another one of these items where I'm just not sure. This is an original drawing by Steven Hillenburg. But the thing is, just like with everything else I was just talking about a minute ago, it just says that it's a drawing from him on a cream piece of paper, supplied with an owner's certificate and insurance valuation. First off, they don't have pictures of any of that paperwork. And second, there's really no way to know for sure that that is his. So for me, I would not pay that much for it because I just don't know how true that is. You know, like if there was some kind of connection to a location he was or an event that was happening, maybe I could kind of see that being the case, but it's not convincing enough for me to pay that much, but it looks like for somebody else it was. Next up here, we have some more trading cards. I don't want to talk too much about the trading cards. We have too many to look at, but these are the sponge cards from series 1 of the tops, and you can see they sold for a best offer of $1,000 for all 5 cards. When I opened up the cards, when I got my SpongeBob card, these tops cards were so cheap, nobody wanted them at all, just me, the strange guy on the internet. I could get the boxes for like $50, $60. So those sponge cards now, they go for like $200, $300 each. I was putting them in water just to see them expand into a full sponge for the effect of the video. So I might have the only footage on the internet of one of those sponge cards getting expanded into a full-blown sponge, and that is in that video. That was basically $300, not burned away, but absorbed away. Oh, dude!
Oh my god!
He is absorbing quick! Dude, it's a sponge now! Okay, and this item right here, we're gonna move on from the SpongeBob, exclusively SpongeBob, look at vintage stuff here maybe next. This is the complete series of the comic books for $1,000. And personally, I think that is an amazing deal. You're getting every comic for around $15 each. And some of the comics in this, I think just the first one goes for like $100 to $200. And some of the numbers are extremely rare and are even more expensive than that. So I think you're actually getting, I think if you were to go individually and get every comic book, you'd probably be looking at around $2,200, $2,500 maybe. So $1,000 isn't terrible, but I mean, look at the covers on these. The covers of the SpongeBob comics are just beautiful. Every single cover could be framed and displayed in a house as like its own piece of artwork and would just be stunning. So you have 72 of those in one lot. To be honest, I'm sad that I couldn't have got that because I have a lot of the books, but I haven't completed the set, and I would love to be able to just kind of complete it in one, you know, snap, kind of like that. And this is a 9.2 of the SpongeBob first comic, signed by Steven Hillenburg. So you'll notice on this one has the yellow label, but it's got a little green bar. So what that means essentially is it was not, like, somebody was not there to verify it, but an expert said that they think they're pretty sure it's authentic. All right, last one. This one is the Undersea Antics. It's just because I have this one in the collection, so I didn't want to, you know, bring this one up. It does say best offer, so maybe they took like 500 maybe, or a little bit more. This is the rarest SpongeBob VHS. We're going to be uploading a short over on Comfort Cartoons very soon about this. But this was a VHS that was only sold, or not sold, but only at Blockbuster as a rental. It doesn't have anything on there that's like an episode that's not available anywhere else. It's just because it's such a specific location that you were able to get it, and it was a rental. A lot of copies got broken, thrown away, lost, you know, and then you had those friggin' fees you had to pay at Blockbuster. So because of that, it ended up being a pretty uncommon than VHS to find. So pretty interesting one I wanted to know. Well, let's go ahead and get specific here. Let's type in vintage SpongeBob. Let's see what some of the rarest or most expensive vintage items are, because expensive doesn't always mean rare. Let's see what we got here. Vintage SpongeBob. I think when you go to the highest, this is not like in the history of eBay. These are relatively probably within the least like the last 6 months kind of. So there are some stuff that probably should be more than this. So right here you have the SpongeBob TV. Somebody paid $374, but in reality there's definitely been sales of this TV far above this one. I've seen some that were sealed sell for $1,000. There's the one with the DVD player that we have in the cavern here. That one goes for a bit more as well too, about $500. I got mine for a discount because it broke in the mail. Not broke completely, but a little bit. So I got a discount on it. They gave me 50% back. This one's not even in the best shape either. It looks like there's like something on top of the TV here. I'm not even sure what that is. We have this 2009 Bear Brick. I do not have the Bear Bricks. I've never really been all that interested in having the Bear Bricks either, though. I do have 2 for Ren and Stimpy that somebody in fan mail sent me. I'm just not really that much of a Bear Brick guy. I love those ones because somebody sent them in the mail and I'll always cherish them, but I typically would not do that on my own. Like, you know, I would not make my own decision to do that. We have this cartoon mascot costume with Bootleg Bob here with this friggin' sock nose. Even if it was close to $200, that's crazy for that. We have a brand new SpongeBob DVD player. That one sold for $300, which probably doesn't work, to be honest with you. So this is the Emerson SpongeBob DVD player. We have one right here in the cavern. I have 2 of them in the vault. I have had 3 in total of this DVD player, and almost never do they work. They were extremely poorly made. Something about them, like if you just drop them once or like something knocks against them, they're broken. Like something in them is just so fragile. Like the sensor in there must be made out of like eggshell. Like it's literally so fragile that I've never seen one work. So I would even say new out of the box, because I've had one new out of the box that didn't work. This person probably paid $300 and that thing didn't even work. Next up we have the Brunswick SpongeBob bowling ball here. The Legos, that's an amazing, okay, they're pre-owned. 3 sets of the Legos pre-owned for $200. That's an amazing deal, because this is just one of the buses for $200. And then this is the iconic SpongeBob monitor. This was available at Toys R Us exclusively. That's a pretty good price too for $150. And those are way more durable than the TVs are, because they're more newer monitor style rather than TV. That is such a sick jacket. The vintage JH design SpongeBob racing jacket. This is back in the 2000s when everybody had a racing jacket that wasn't a race car driver. This clock is beautiful. We have the big evil poster. We have all of these in the collection right now, except for the racing jacket. We do have like a lot of the vintage shirts. We have this TV. We're missing a few of them, but these are the highest ranking items, of course. We have this one as well too, the Dutchman's Lego set. But this started to get like not really that crazy at that point. Let's go ahead and see SpongeBob video game. What is the most expensive SpongeBob video game you can own? Because they're all pretty mass produced, right? So let's see. Oh, well, the console, of course. Here's the most expensive one you could own that's not the console itself. And it looks like it would probably be this, the Cosmic Shake BFF edition, $400. But to be fair, that thing cost like I think $300 when it came out. So it was started off as the most expensive. See, like here's the SpongeBob DVD player one that I was talking about for $450, and that one just didn't come up because they didn't put vintage in the title. But that one's more, and it's got the remote and everything. That's probably the best version of the TV that you could get, and it took me a long time to get mine. I actually had the other one and it broke, and I was like, okay, if I'm gonna replace it, let's just get the best one. There is obviously more expensive SpongeBob stuff out there, but again, it comes down to what comes up. Like I type in statue. You guys know I've picked up a few different big size figures or statues in the collection. They cost quite a bit, but when you type it on eBay, the only recent one that comes up is this Animator's maquette from 2000. It sells for $300, which was not that much at one point either. I think I got mine. I have 2 of both of them. There's a Patrick one and a SpongeBob. I have one of them out of box, and I have 2 in here in the room. I think you can see Patrick there. SpongeBob down here right now. You can't really see him though. And then I also have 2 of them in box as well, still sealed, but that was when they were like $50 each. Okay, so now we are done. We could also search up Nickelodeon as well too if you guys want to see that. And another video like this, let me know. Maybe we could do this again in 6 months to see what stuff has changed, what new stuff has been available. Let me know how you guys like this video. Just kind of a fun little like podcast style type thing to kind of hang out, talk about some of the stuff that I see when I'm on here searching. And I will pick my #1 item of the most expensive things that I would like to have, but I can't, at least now in life. Maybe one day, for sure one day I will get them. Gotta knock on wood, put positive energy out there. But my #1 item, you would think it'd be these silver bullions, but I'm still not putting that #1. And that's probably why I just always end up passing it up. And then in 10 years, they'll be like $20,000. But I would pick the Xbox. I just think it's so sick. I grew up on Xbox consoles. I need a new console anyway. The controller's sick. The Spongebob console's amazing. I've always been a big fan of the Spongebob tech products, especially. So I would pick the console over anything else that we saw here today, outside of like the animation cells and stuff like that. I would pick that even over the top booster boxes. But you guys let me know, what was your favorite item that we checked out? If money was no object, you had a check, a blank check handed to you by Neptune to pick up any SpongeBob product that we saw here today, which item would you guys take home? Let me know down below. But on that note, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here. If you guys want to support the show further, you can check out my Patreon, which is down below. You can sign up for as little as $2 a month. You get extended videos of every video that I upload over on Comfort Cartoons, as well as early release. And all the videos are 100% ad-free, and it helps keep this channel going for years to come. You can also check out my Whatnot stream, where I sell off a lot of the doubles and stuff like that I get in my collection. If you're interested, you collect SpongeBob, Nickelodeon, animation stuff in general, come take a look. You get $20 for free just for signing up. That link is down below as well. But I'll see you guys in this video right here that I know you're gonna love. It's the most recent video on this channel. Come check it out. And as always, beautiful people, I will see you all in the next one. Adios and bloop!